This book will forge your unstoppable will. Introduction: The Forge of Willpower. Willpower isn't a gift, it's a choice. It's a discipline, forged in the fires of adversity, built one decision at a time. Yet too many men live their lives believing they lack what it takes to overcome their challenges or achieve their goals. They think mental toughness is something only a chosen few are born with. Let me tell you right now, that's a lie. The truth is, your willpower is yours to shape, and this book is your blueprint for doing just that. In today's world, mental toughness is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Everywhere you look, distractions are pulling you away from what matters. Excuses are being handed out like candy, and mediocrity is celebrated as the norm. If you don't actively resist, you'll find yourself drifting through life, powerless and directionless. This isn't about survival, it's about domination. The difference between a passive existence and a purposeful life comes down to one thing: willpower. And it's time to step up and claim yours. The path to an unstoppable will isn't easy. It requires honesty, discipline, and a willingness to face discomfort head-on. You'll need to confront your weaknesses, dismantle the beliefs that hold you back, and push yourself to levels you didn't think were possible. But the rewards are worth it. With an unshakable will, you'll have the power to shape your life, overcome any obstacle, and achieve things that most men can only dream of. This isn't just about winning, it's about becoming the kind of man who can't be defeated. This book is your forge, and you are the raw material. Each chapter is designed to challenge you, sharpen your focus, and strengthen your resolve. You'll learn how to identify and confront the cracks in your armor, master your mind, and build the discipline needed to sustain your growth. You'll discover how to embrace discomfort, harness failure, and protect your energy from the distractions and negativity that sap your strength. By the time you finish, you'll have the tools to not only endure but thrive, no matter what life throws at you. This isn't just a book, it's a call to action. If you're ready to break free from the chains of mediocrity, step into the forge, and transform your willpower into an unyielding force, then turn the page. The life you want is waiting, but it won't come to you. You have to take it. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Confront your weakness, identify the cracks in your armor. Strength begins with honesty. Before you can forge an unbreakable will, you must first confront your weaknesses. Most men avoid this step because it's uncomfortable to admit where they fall short. But avoiding discomfort only keeps you stuck. Weakness thrives in denial. If you want to build mental toughness, you must be brutally honest with yourself about what's holding you back. Start by examining your patterns. Where do you hesitate? What tasks or challenges do you avoid? Maybe you procrastinate on important decisions, allow fear to dictate your actions, or seek validation from others instead of trusting your own judgment. These behaviors are the cracks in your armor, the places where your willpower falters. Write them down. Seeing your weaknesses on paper removes their power to hide in the shadows. It's not about self-judgment, it's about awareness. You can't fix what you refuse to face. Weakness often originates from limiting beliefs. These are the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. Perhaps you believe you're not smart enough, strong enough, or disciplined enough to achieve your goals. These beliefs aren't facts, they're assumptions. And assumptions can be challenged. Ask yourself, where did these beliefs come from? Are they based on actual experiences or fears that you've allowed to grow unchecked? Recognizing these false narratives is the first step to rewriting them. Once you've identified your weaknesses, it's time to take responsibility for them. Blaming others or external circumstances for your shortcomings might feel satisfying in the moment, but it's a trap. Every time you point the finger outward, you give away your power to change. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself, it means owning your role in your growth. Ask yourself, what can I do today to start addressing this weakness? Even a small action creates momentum and proves to yourself that you're capable of change. Facing your weaknesses requires courage, but it also builds it. Each time you confront something you'd rather avoid, you grow stronger. Strength isn't the absence of weakness, it's the ability to face it head-on and work through it. So take a hard look at yourself. Where are the cracks in your armor? What habits, beliefs, or behaviors are holding you back? The answers might sting, but they're also the key to unlocking your potential. Weakness isn't a permanent state, it's a challenge. And challenges are what forge strength. Let's move forward. Chapter 2. The Power of Self-Mastery. Take command of your mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon, but it's also your greatest enemy if left unchecked. Every victory you've ever achieved started as a decision in your mind, and every failure stems from a moment of weakness there too. Self-mastery isn't optional, it's the foundation of mental toughness. Until you learn to control your thoughts, you'll be a slave to them, pulled in 100 directions by fear, doubt, and distraction. The first step to mastering your mind is awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. Are they building you up or tearing you down? Negative self-talk often disguises itself as rationality, whispering things like, "You're not ready," or "You'll probably fail anyway." These thoughts feel real, but they're lies. Treat them as such. Catch them in the act and replace them with something constructive. I'm prepared. I've got this. Self-mastery begins with recognizing that you don't have to believe everything you think. Control requires focus. The modern world is designed to scatter your attention, notifications, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment. Every distraction you indulge weakens your ability to stay present and purposeful. To take command of your mind, you must train it to focus. Start small. Spend 10 minutes a day doing something with full attention, whether it's reading, meditating, or working on a task without interruption. Gradually increase the duration. Like a muscle, your focus grows stronger with use, and as it strengthens, so does your ability to direct your thoughts toward what matters. Self-mastery also demands discipline. Discipline isn't about denying yourself. It's about choosing long-term strength over short-term gratification. Every time you resist a temptation, whether it's skipping a workout, wasting time, or giving in to anger, you reinforce your control over your mind. These small victories compound over time, creating a mental discipline that becomes second nature. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. The more you practice it, the more it becomes who you are. Finally, self-mastery requires trust in yourself. If your mind constantly undermines you with doubts and fears, you'll never have the confidence to take bold action. Build trust by keeping promises to yourself, no matter how small. Say you'll wake up at 6 a.m. and do it. Say you'll complete that task today and get it done. Every promise you keep strengthens the relationship you have with yourself, and that trust is the foundation of unshakable self-belief. Mastering your mind isn't about eliminating negative thoughts or becoming immune to distraction. It's about learning to steer your mental ship, no matter the storm. Take control of your thoughts, focus your energy, and build the discipline that strengthens your will. When you master your mind, you master your life. Let's move forward. Chapter 3. Destroy limiting beliefs, rewrite your identity. Your beliefs shape your reality. What you believe about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you directly determines your actions and your results. Limiting beliefs are like invisible chains that keep you from reaching your potential. They whisper, "You're not good enough," or "You don't have what it takes." But here's the truth: those beliefs are lies. They're not facts. They're stories you've been telling yourself, and it's time to rewrite them. Limiting beliefs often come from your past. Maybe you grew up hearing that success was for other people, that failure was a sign to stop trying, or that certain opportunities weren't for someone like you. These messages, whether intentional or not, shaped how you see yourself. But just because a belief has been with you for years doesn't mean it's true. The first step to destroying limiting beliefs is identifying them. Ask yourself, what do I believe about my abilities, my worth, or my potential? Write it all down. No filter, no excuses. Once you've identified your limiting beliefs, it's time to challenge them. Are they based on evidence, or are they assumptions? For example, if you believe you're not smart enough to achieve your goals, ask yourself, where's the proof? Chances are, that belief isn't grounded in reality but in fear or a single past experience. Flip the script. Find evidence to the contrary. Moments where you solved problems, learned something new, or succeeded despite challenges. The more you challenge your limiting beliefs, the weaker they become. Rewriting your beliefs isn't just about tearing down the old, it's about building new, empowering narratives. Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I'm constantly improving." Instead of "I always fail," say "I learn from every setback and come back stronger." These new beliefs might feel unnatural at first, but that's because they're new. Repeat them daily. Write them down, say them out loud, and act as though they're already true. Over time, these empowering beliefs will replace the old ones, creating a mindset that supports your growth rather than sabotaging it. The most powerful way to destroy limiting beliefs is through action. Fear says you can't do it. Prove it wrong by doing it anyway. Take small steps that challenge your doubts. If you think you're not capable of leading, volunteer for a leadership role, no matter how small. If you doubt your ability to achieve a goal, break it into smaller tasks and start with the first one. Action creates evidence, and evidence creates belief. Every time you act against a limiting belief, you weaken its grip and reinforce a new, empowering identity. Your identity isn't fixed, it's fluid. The beliefs you hold about yourself today don't have to define your tomorrow. By identifying, challenging, and rewriting your limiting beliefs, you reclaim control over your identity and your future. So ask yourself, what belief is keeping you small, and what would your life look like without it? The chains are only as strong as you let them be. Break free. Let's move forward. Chapter 4. Build an iron will, the discipline of consistency. Discipline isn't glamorous, and it's not always easy, but it's the backbone of every success story. Willpower isn't something you wake up with. It's something you build, one disciplined decision at a time. A strong will isn't forged in moments of inspiration but in the grind of daily consistency. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you must learn to show up, even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. Discipline. The first step in building discipline is understanding that motivation is unreliable. Motivation is like a spark. It flares up in the moment but burns out quickly. Discipline is the steady flame that keeps you going when the spark fades. Stop waiting to feel motivated and start taking action regardless of how you feel. Tell yourself, I don't need to feel ready to do what needs to be done. Each time you push past resistance, you strengthen your will, proving to yourself that you can act in spite of discomfort. Consistency is the foundation of discipline. It's not about doing something extraordinary once. It's about doing the ordinary consistently. This could mean sticking to your workout routine, making time for personal growth, or showing up to work with focus every day. Start small. Choose one habit to commit to daily, whether it's journaling for 5 minutes, reading 10 pages of a book, or completing a single task on your to-do list. These small wins add up, creating momentum that drives bigger changes. The key is to stay consistent, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The real test of discipline comes when life gets hard. It's easy to stick to your plan when everything is going smoothly, but what happens when obstacles appear? This is where most people falter. To build an iron will, you must learn to adapt without breaking. If you miss a day or stumble, don't quit. Get back on track immediately. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. A strong will is built not by avoiding setbacks but by refusing to let them derail you. Finally, discipline thrives on structure. Without a plan, your willpower is wasted on decision-making rather than execution. Set clear goals, break them into actionable steps, and create routines that support them. Know what you'll do each day and when you'll do it. This eliminates the mental energy spent deciding whether or not to act. Over time, these routines become automatic, freeing up your mental space for growth and creativity. Structure isn't restrictive, it's liberating. It ensures that your energy is spent on what matters most. Building discipline isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong practice. But the more consistent you are, the stronger your will becomes. Discipline doesn't just help you achieve your goals, it transforms you into the kind of person who can. So ask yourself, where are you inconsistent, and how is it holding you back? Decide today to take the first step. The grind isn't glamorous, but it's worth it. Let's move forward. Chapter 5. Face the fire. Embrace discomfort as growth. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. The fire of discomfort is where you're tested, where your limits are pushed, and where your potential is revealed. Too many men spend their lives avoiding discomfort, choosing the path of least resistance and wondering why they feel stagnant. The truth is, comfort kills ambition. If you want to build an unstoppable will and achieve greatness, you must learn to lean into discomfort and see it for what it really is, an opportunity to grow. The first step in embracing discomfort is reframing your mindset about it. Discomfort isn't a signal to stop, it's a sign that you're on the edge of growth. When your muscles burn during a workout, it's because they're getting stronger. When you feel nervous before a challenge, it's because you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Instead of avoiding these moments, welcome them. Tell yourself, this is where I grow. The more you embrace discomfort, the more resilient you become, and what once felt impossible will soon feel natural. Discomfort comes in many forms: fear, failure, rejection, uncertainty. Each one has the power to either paralyze you or propel you forward. Consider this: every great achievement in your life was born from a moment of discomfort. Maybe it was the courage to speak up, the discipline to push through exhaustion, or the grit to keep going after a setback. Lean into these moments. Face fear head-on, fail fast and often, and learn to find clarity in uncertainty. Every time you choose discomfort over retreat, you grow stronger and more capable. Building a habit of embracing discomfort requires practice. Start small. Take a cold shower, speak up in a meeting, or tackle a task you've been avoiding. These actions may seem insignificant, but they train your mind to stop running from discomfort. Over time, this mental conditioning spills into larger areas of your life. When bigger challenges arise, whether it's a career change, a tough conversation, or a personal loss, you'll be ready. Discomfort doesn't disappear, but your ability to handle it grows exponentially. The greatest rewards in life are on the other side of discomfort. That promotion, that relationship, that dream you've been putting off, they're all waiting for you to step into the fire. The problem isn't that discomfort exists, it's that you've been letting it dictate your actions. Flip the script. Choose to see discomfort as a teacher, not a threat. It's not there to stop you, it's there to transform you. When you learn to embrace it, you'll realize that the fire doesn't burn, it forges. So ask yourself, what challenges have you been avoiding because they feel uncomfortable? What opportunities are you missing because you're afraid to step into the fire? Growth isn't supposed to be easy, but it's always worth it. Lean into the discomfort, and you'll discover a version of yourself you never thought possible. Let's move forward. Chapter 6. The Art of Focus. Sharpen your mental blade. Focus is a superpower. In a world overwhelmed by distractions, the ability to direct your attention is what separates those who thrive from those who merely exist. Yet too many men squander their energy on things that don't matter. Endless scrolling, meaningless arguments, chasing instant gratification. If you want to dominate your life and achieve your goals, you must sharpen your mental blade and learn to wield your focus like a weapon. The first step in mastering focus is understanding its value. Your attention is finite. Every minute spent on distractions is a minute stolen from your growth. Start by identifying where your focus is going. Track your day. How much time are you wasting on activities that don't serve your goals? Social media, mindless entertainment, or overthinking trivial problems? Awareness is key. Once you recognize where your attention is leaking, you can take steps to redirect it toward what truly matters. Eliminating distractions is essential. The world isn't designed to help you focus, it's designed to keep you distracted. Notifications, news feeds, and advertisements are constantly vying for your attention, and if you're not intentional, they'll win. Create an environment that supports focus. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries for social media, and carve out dedicated time for deep work. Physical space matters too. A cluttered workspace leads to a cluttered mind, so clean up and create a place where focus can thrive. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Start with short periods of uninterrupted work and gradually increase them. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method, 25 minutes of focus followed by a 5-minute break, to build your attention span. Incorporate mindfulness exercises to train your brain to stay present. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the task at hand. Over time, these practices will strengthen your ability to concentrate, making distractions less appealing and productive focus second nature. Finally, focus isn't just about eliminating distractions, it's about knowing what to prioritize. Clarity is power. If you're not clear on what matters most, your focus will always be scattered. Define your goals and break them into actionable steps. Each day, identify your top priorities and attack them first. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today that will bring me closer to my goal? By aligning your focus with your purpose, you'll not only be more productive but more fulfilled. Focus is your edge in a distracted world. It's the difference between progress and stagnation, between mediocrity and greatness. But it's not something you stumble upon, it's something you cultivate. So ask yourself, where is your focus going, and what results is it producing? If you don't like the answer, it's time to take control. Sharpen your mental blade, cut through the noise, and direct your energy toward the life you want to build. Let's move forward. Chapter 7. Fail Forward. Harness the power of resilience. Failure is inevitable. Everyone faces it, yet how you respond to failure determines whether it becomes a stepping stone or a stumbling block. Too many men see failure as the end, proof that they aren't good enough or capable enough. But here's the truth. Failure is feedback. It's a mirror showing you where to improve, a teacher pointing you toward growth. If you want to build resilience and achieve greatness, you must learn to fail forward. The first step in reframing failure is understanding its purpose. Failure isn't a verdict, it's a lesson. Every setback carries valuable information about what didn't work and what needs to change. Instead of avoiding failure, approach it with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? When you view failure as a learning opportunity, it loses its sting. You stop fearing it and start using it as a tool to refine your strategy and sharpen your skills. Resilience is built in the recovery. Failure will knock you down, it's inevitable. What matters is how quickly you get back up. After every setback, take time to reflect, but don't dwell. Assess what went wrong, identify actionable changes, and move forward. The faster you recover, the more momentum you maintain. Remember, resilience isn't about never falling. It's about rising stronger each time. Each recovery strengthens your ability to handle adversity, turning failures into fuel for success. One of the most powerful ways to fail forward is by embracing calculated risks. Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also keeps you from growth. Every great achievement requires risk, and with risk comes the possibility of failure. Instead of avoiding risk, learn to manage it. Prepare thoroughly, plan for contingencies, and then take the leap. Even if you fail, the experience will give you valuable insights and move you closer to your goals. Lastly, surround yourself with a mindset of resilience. Failure can feel isolating, but it's not unique to you. Look at the stories of successful people, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders. Their paths are paved with failures. They didn't succeed because they avoided falling. They succeeded because they refused to stay down. Adopt the same mindset. Embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey, and don't let it define you. Every failure is a chapter, not the entire book. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the training ground where resilience is built and where lessons are learned. So ask yourself, what failure are you still holding on to, and how can you use it to propel you forward? The path to success isn't paved with perfection. It's marked by those who failed forward and kept going. Now it's your turn. Let's move forward. Chapter 8. Purpose-driven willpower. Define your North Star. Willpower without purpose is like a ship without a destination. It might move, but it won't get anywhere meaningful. Purpose is your North Star, the guiding force that gives your actions clarity and direction. Without it, even the most disciplined efforts can feel hollow, and distractions easily pull you off course. To build unshakable willpower, you must first define what you're fighting for. Purpose isn't just a motivator, it's a compass that aligns your will with your goals. The first step to discovering your purpose is reflection. Ask yourself tough questions. What drives you? What legacy do you want to leave? Too often, men drift through life chasing shallow goals, money, approval, or status, without ever asking why. These pursuits might bring temporary satisfaction, but they rarely lead to fulfillment. Real purpose comes from aligning your goals with your values. Take time to identify what matters most to you and let that clarity shape your actions. Purpose eliminates indecision. When you know your why, the what, and how become clear. Decisions that once seemed overwhelming, whether to take a risk, say no to distractions, or push through discomfort, become easier. Purpose filters out what doesn't align with your mission, allowing you to focus your energy on what truly matters. Each time you act with purpose, you reinforce your commitment to your goals and strengthen your will to see them through. Aligning your daily actions with your purpose is essential. It's not enough to know your mission, you must live it. This means setting goals that reflect your purpose and breaking them into actionable steps. Each step, no matter how small, is a building block for your willpower. Celebrate progress, not perfection. When you see how your efforts contribute to a larger vision, even mundane tasks gain meaning. Purpose turns discipline from a chore into a choice. Finally, remember that purpose evolves. What drives you today might not be what drives you 5 years from now, and that's okay. Regularly reassess your goals and values to ensure they still resonate. Purpose isn't static, it grows as you grow. Stay open to new opportunities and challenges that align with your mission, and don't be afraid to pivot if your current path no longer serves you. Flexibility within purpose keeps your willpower sharp and adaptable. Purpose is the foundation of lasting willpower. It gives your actions meaning, your goals clarity, and your life direction. So ask yourself, what's your North Star? What drives you to get up, work harder, and keep going when things get tough? If you don't have an answer, it's time to find one. Purpose isn't just a motivator, it's your compass for the journey ahead. Let's move forward. Chapter 9. Protect your energy, build boundaries against weakness. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It fuels your actions, your decisions, and your ability to persist. Yet, too many men squander their energy on things that drain them, negative people, pointless distractions, or toxic habits. If you want to sustain the mental strength and willpower you're building, you must protect your energy at all costs. It's not selfish, it's survival. Guarding your energy ensures that it's spent on what truly matters, your growth and your goals. The first step in protecting your energy is identifying the drains. Take a hard look at your life. Who or what is sapping your focus, motivation, or clarity? It might be a relationship that drags you into negativity, a habit that wastes your time, or a mental loop of overthinking and self-doubt. Awareness is key. Once you know where your energy is leaking, you can take steps to seal those gaps. The process starts with brutal honesty. Acknowledge what's holding you back. Setting boundaries is the most effective way to protect your energy. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out or avoiding responsibility. They're about creating space for what matters most. Learn to say no without guilt. If someone or something doesn't align with your values or goals, it's okay to walk away. This might mean limiting time with toxic individuals, cutting back on distractions like social media, or committing to a schedule that prioritizes productivity over chaos. Boundaries aren't barriers. They're guidelines for where your energy goes. Your environment plays a massive role in your energy levels. Surround yourself with people, places, and habits that fuel your growth. Seek out relationships that challenge and inspire you. Create a workspace that minimizes distractions and maximizes focus. Establish routines that recharge you, whether it's exercise, meditation, or time spent in reflection. Your environment should be a fortress for your energy, protecting it from the noise and negativity of the outside world. Finally, protecting your energy isn't just about saying no to the bad, it's about saying yes to the good. Invest in habits and activities that replenish you. Prioritize rest and recovery, both physical and mental. Too often, men equate rest with weakness, but the truth is, rest is a weapon. It sharpens your focus, recharges your willpower, and prepares you for the battles ahead. Remember, energy isn't infinite. It needs to be nurtured and replenished to remain effective. Your energy is finite, but it's also powerful when directed with intention. Protecting it isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. So ask yourself, who or what is draining your energy, and how can you take control of those areas? The time to act is now. Build boundaries, create a supportive environment, and reclaim your energy for the things that truly matter. Let's move forward. Chapter 10. The Resilient Mindset. Adapt, persist, dominate. Resilience is your shield in the face of adversity. Life will test you. Setbacks, failures, and unforeseen challenges are inevitable. The men who rise above aren't the ones who avoid hardship, but the ones who refuse to be broken by it. Resilience isn't about being impervious to pain. It's about adapting, persisting, and using every experience to grow stronger. With a resilient mindset, there's no challenge too great, no obstacle too immovable. You adapt, you persist, and eventually, you dominate. The cornerstone of resilience is adaptability. The world is unpredictable, and rigidity is the enemy of growth. When things don't go as planned, don't waste energy resisting reality, adjust to it. Flexibility doesn't mean weakness, it means strength in motion. Whether it's pivoting in your career, finding alternative solutions to a personal challenge, or reevaluating your goals, adaptability ensures that you remain in control. Life might throw you off balance, but resilience is what helps you regain your footing. Persistence is the engine of resilience. It's easy to keep going when everything is smooth, but true persistence is tested in the face of resistance. When the odds seem stacked against you, resilience demands that you keep moving forward. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or difficulty. It means choosing to push through despite them. Resilient men don't stop at roadblocks. They find ways around them, over them, or through them. Every time you persist, you strengthen your resolve and prove to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. Another critical aspect of resilience is reframing challenges. A resilient mindset sees obstacles not as reasons to quit but as opportunities to grow. When you face difficulty, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Failure becomes feedback, setbacks become lessons, and challenges become the proving grounds for your strength. This shift in perspective doesn't eliminate hardship, but it changes how you experience it. You stop seeing adversity as a threat and start seeing it as a teacher. Lastly, resilience requires self-care. This isn't about pampering yourself, it's about preserving your ability to perform. Rest, reflection, and recovery are essential components of resilience. Think of it like sharpening your tools. A dull blade is ineffective, no matter how strong the swing. Take time to reflect on your progress, assess what's working, and recalibrate your approach. Resilience isn't just about enduring, it's about bouncing back stronger, smarter, and more determined. Resilience is a mindset, a skill, and a choice. It's the decision to adapt when life changes, persist when it's hard, and grow when it's uncomfortable. So ask yourself, how do you react to unexpected challenges? Are you rigid and resistant, or flexible and persistent? Resilience isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start building yours today. Let's move forward. Chapter 11. Rituals for Power, Daily Practices for an Unstoppable Will. Discipline isn't a one-time effort, it's a daily commitment. Just as a blade must be sharpened regularly to stay effective, your willpower requires consistent maintenance. Rituals are the foundation of this process. They create structure in your life, eliminate decision fatigue, and ensure that every day begins and ends with intention. Without rituals, even the strongest resolve will waver. But with them, you become unstoppable. The first step in creating powerful rituals is defining your priorities. A ritual isn't just a habit, it's a deliberate act that aligns with your goals and values. Start by identifying what's most important in your life. Is it your health? Your career? Your personal growth? Your rituals should reflect these priorities, ensuring that the most important areas of your life receive consistent attention. When your actions align with your values, discipline becomes second nature. Morning rituals set the tone for the day. The first hour after you wake up is your most critical. It's when your mind is fresh, your energy is high, and your focus is sharp. Use this time to prime yourself for success. This could mean exercising to energize your body, meditating to clear your mind, or journaling to set your intentions. Whatever you choose, make it consistent. A strong morning ritual creates momentum that carries you through the day. Evening rituals are just as important. They provide a space to reflect, reset, and prepare for tomorrow. Use this time to review your accomplishments, assess where you fell short, and set goals for the next day. Reflection isn't about self-criticism, it's about learning and improving. Incorporating gratitude into your evening ritual can also shift your mindset, helping you focus on the positive while staying grounded in your mission. End your day with clarity, not chaos. Rituals aren't just about the beginning and end of your day, they're about consistency throughout. Find moments to recharge during the day. A midday walk, a short mindfulness practice, or even a brief pause to refocus can work wonders for your willpower. Remember, rituals aren't meant to be rigid, they're meant to be tools. Adjust them as needed to fit your life, but don't abandon them. The power of rituals lies in their consistency. Your rituals are your foundation. They ground you when life gets chaotic, guide you when you feel lost, and strengthen you when challenges arise. So ask yourself, what rituals are shaping your life right now? Are they building you up or holding you back? If you don't have intentional rituals, it's time to create them. Discipline isn't built in a day, it's built daily. Let's move forward. Chapter 12. The Forge Challenge. Temper your will for life. All the lessons, insights, and strategies you've learned so far mean nothing without action. Knowledge without execution is wasted potential. This final chapter isn't just about reflection, it's about stepping into the fire and forging your unbreakable will through deliberate practice. The Forge Challenge is designed to take everything you've absorbed and apply it in a way that cements your transformation. This is where intention meets action and where mental discipline becomes a way of life. The Forge Challenge spans 7 days, each day focusing on a core element of willpower, resilience, and focus. This isn't a passive exercise, it's a commitment to stretch your limits, confront your fears, and solidify your discipline. Each task is designed to push you out of your comfort zone and remind you that growth happens at the edge of discomfort. Whether you succeed perfectly or stumble along the way, the act of showing up every day is what builds strength. Day 1 starts with clarity. Define your mission, goals, and the purpose behind them. Write them down, not just as vague ideas, but as clear, actionable statements. Day 2 is about eliminating distractions. Identify one major distraction in your life, whether it's a toxic relationship, social media, or procrastination, and take steps to reduce or eliminate it. Day 3 shifts focus to physical discipline. Commit to an intense workout or physical challenge that pushes your limits. Remember, physical resilience fuels mental strength. Day 4 challenges your emotional control. Reflect on a recent situation where emotions dictated your actions, and strategize how you could have handled it differently. Then, put that strategy to the test in a real-world situation. Day 5 is about embracing discomfort. Choose an activity or task that you've avoided because it's challenging or unpleasant, and tackle it head-on. By confronting discomfort, you build resilience and prove to yourself that fear and hesitation have no place in your life. On Day 6, focus on gratitude and reflection. Take stock of your progress, both in the challenge and in life. Identify 3 wins, no matter how small, and acknowledge the effort that led to them. Gratitude isn't just about positivity, it's about recognizing growth and reinforcing the mindset of progress. Day 7 culminates in action. Revisit the mission and goals you wrote on Day 1, and take a decisive, bold step toward achieving one of them. End the challenge with momentum and purpose. The Forge Challenge isn't just a one-time exercise, it's a blueprint for continuous growth. Each day reinforces the principles of mental discipline, focus, and resilience that form the foundation of an unstoppable will. So, as you step into this challenge, ask yourself, are you ready to confront your limits, embrace discomfort, and emerge stronger on the other side? This is your moment to prove to yourself that you're not just learning, you're becoming. The Forge Challenge is where your transformation begins, but it doesn't end here. Use these 7 days as a springboard for a lifetime of discipline, growth, and mastery. You have the tools, the knowledge, and now the opportunity. Step into the fire and forge the life you were meant to live. Let's move forward. Conclusion. The legacy of an unstoppable will. You've reached the end of this journey, but this is only the beginning of your transformation. Every chapter, every insight, and every challenge has been a step toward reclaiming your power and building an unbreakable will. The principles you've learned here aren't fleeting. They're the foundation of a legacy you'll carry for the rest of your life. A man who masters his mind, shapes his actions, and controls his destiny leaves a mark on the world. Now, it's time for you to do the same. The path of mental mastery is not easy. There will be days when self-doubt whispers in your ear, when distractions lure you away, and when obstacles seem insurmountable. But the difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't the absence of challenges, it's the refusal to quit. You have the tools to confront these moments and rise above them. Resilience, focus, and discipline are now ingrained in you. Lean on them when the road gets tough. Remember, mastery isn't a destination, it's a journey. There is no final point where growth stops or challenges disappear. The pursuit of greatness is a lifelong commitment, and every day presents an opportunity to become stronger, sharper, and more aligned with your purpose. Embrace this process. The man who commits to continuous improvement becomes unstoppable, not because he avoids failure, but because he uses every experience to grow. Your transformation is more than personal, it's a ripple that affects everyone around you. As you grow stronger, you inspire others to do the same. Whether it's through your actions, your leadership, or your example, your journey toward mastery sets a standard for those in your orbit. This isn't about seeking recognition, it's about leaving a legacy. A life lived with purpose, resilience, and discipline is a life that resonates long after you're gone. So now, the choice is yours. Will you let this book be another thing you read and set aside, or will you take action? Will you commit to living boldly, with discipline and intention, or will you drift back into the comfort of mediocrity? The tools are in your hands, and the power is within you. The time to act is now. Step forward, own your life, and let nothing stand in your way. Your legacy begins today. Forge it with purpose, discipline, and an unstoppable will. Let's move forward.